full of hate. He butters, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airwaves for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between fan and Smark has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the Smark fan, a speaker of truths, with a voice of silence, and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
Anyway, this is Fat Boy Mark Cerrone. You are listening to Ring Rust on 93.5 CHMR-FM. Because, of course, this past Sunday was WrestleMania, so I'm going to do some results for the granddaddy of them all. I heard a lot of complaints going into it, and yet a lot of people still watched it. So I don't really know what to say about that. It's like, oh, what kind of build-up is that for WrestleMania? Then don't watch it. Shut up! You don't tell me what to do. So anyway, first match. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page to get the match order. So first off, we have the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Title match, which saw a New Day, Kofi Kingston and Big E Langston. Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, unsuccessfully challenging Tyson Kidd and Cesaro for their titles. And that's how I called it, I believe. I didn't call for any title change in that match. I mean, I usually don't specify, and this person pinned this person. You know, I don't usually go to that much effort, especially nothing. I don't go to that much effort. If you want me to go to that much effort, you're going to have to tell me. You're going to have to drop me an email, fanboy@markjabroni.s5.com, or you're going to send me a message on Twitter @markjabroni, or you're going to message me on Facebook into the CHMR's Ring Rust Facebook page. Either one of those, you're going to have to tell me that you want me to go to that much detail. You want me to say, and this person is going to pin this person in a match that includes more than two people, of course. Well, because of its, like I wouldn't have done that for the John Cena-Alexander Rusev match. It's like, well, if I think John Cena's going to win, that means John Cena pins Rusev. Or Roman Reigns versus, so if you want me to go to that much effort, that little extra bit of effort to determine whether I'm right or wrong in my predictions, then you're going to have to tell me. If not, then, well, up your nose with a rubber hose, I guess.
And I quote,
check out the TMZ of professional wrestling news. And I quote on Facebook, all the latest news with some attitude, new and classic wrestling videos, and so much more.
Can I have your attention, please? I just received an email from the Raw general manager.
So next up, from the pre-show for WrestleMania this past Sunday night, the Andre the Giant Invitational Battle Royal, Curtis Axel and versus Adam Rose versus Fandango versus Alex Riley and Zack Ryder and Bo Dallas and Hideo Itami and Diego and Fernando from Los Matadores, Sin Cara and Kalisto from the Lucha Dragons, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, the tag team champions, Mark Henry, Connor and Victor from the Ascension, Darren Young, Heath Slater, Titus O'Neil, Jack Swagger, Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston from A New Day, Eric Rowan, Goldust, Kane, Jimmy Usos, Ryback, The Miz, Damien Mizdow, and the ultimate winner, The Big Show.
When you wish for something wonderful to happen.
What is the power of a wish?
Sometimes it can make you forget
about the needles and the pain
and get through this thing.
Wishes are what we do.
Forget about being stuck inside. Laugh with my family.
Go somewhere really amazing and get through this thing.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada. Call 1-888-267-WISH or visit childrenswish.ca today.
So, next up, into the actual pay-per-view itself, the first official match for WrestleMania 31 from this past Sunday at the Levi's Stadium. Saw Daniel Bryan defeating Bad News Barrett, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust in a ladder match to win the Intercontinental Championship. That was the first time he won that belt, I think. I remember reading. Nice for him. Good for him. It's good that WWE is actually making a play to make the secondary belts look more important, because they've been sort of more like props in recent years. But so now by putting prominent wrestlers, by putting main event wrestlers in the title picture and actually giving them the titles to wrestle for and to defend, and you know, it's bound to be a good thing. It's bound to be a good thing for fans and for the wrestlers themselves and for the titles, certainly, for the heritage of the titles, because, you know, last thing you want to do is have Hornswoggle win the title and then they retire it out of embarrassment. This is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You're listening to Ring Rust on 3.5 CHMR-FM. So next up, for the WrestleMania 31 from the Levi's Stadium in sunny California, saw Randy Orton beating Seth Rollins in a singles match.
Leading wrestling radio dry since 2002. You're listening to Ring Rust on CHMR 93.5 FM.
Tune in to 93.5 CHMR-FM every Monday night at 9 p.m. for the best in blues from the Mississippi Delta to the Great White North on the Blind Lemon Blues. Yes, it's 2 hours of great blues every Monday, 9 p.m. and only on 93.5 CHMR-FM.
This is the Native Americans of Tonka, and you're listening to the only alternative radio station, 93.5 CHMR. Don't miss it.
Seek and ye shall find, or I'll flick your ear.
I forgot my wings! This is Fat Boy Mark Jabroni. You were listening to Ring Rust on 3.1 CHMR-FM. So, the next match was basically Icon versus Icon, Triple H versus Sting. Well, I haven't been telling you who I predicted to win the matches. Except for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which I expected either Curtis Axel or Damien Mizdow to win. I've pretty much predicted everything. I predicted Kid and Cesaro to retain the tag titles. I predicted Daniel Bryan to win the ladder match. And I predicted Randy Orton to beat Seth Rollins. I could have seen it go the other way, though, so check out last week's episode on Podomatic if you want to hear what else I had to say about how my predictions went. And if you haven't seen WrestleMania yet, then check out last week's episode. It's on Podomatic. Also have it on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni. Also have it on my Facebook. I did predict Sting was going to win it because it seemed like otherwise it would probably be a bit of a waste of getting him there. But then again, that's more a short-term waste for possible long-term gains. So if Sting's going to be there for a while, then he can feud with Triple H or he can feud with whoever. Like, they've already got plans for him to, or there's talks anyway for him to wrestle Undertaker next year. So we'll see how it turns out.
Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/RayRust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni. And subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni.
This is Cyborg Mark Gironi. You are listening to the Good Friday edition of Ring Rust on 93.5 CHMR-FM. We got 4 matches left for WrestleMania 31 from this past Sunday from the Levi Stadium. So AJ Lee and Paige, who I have christened the Mutant Supermodels, because a friend of mine wrote a song called Mutant Supermodel. And, well, it's a rockin' song, and it sounds really good. And anyway, if you can find it, give it a listen. I played it last week, so that's a whole other reason to play last week's episode. They defeated the Bella Twins, Brie and Nikki Bella, by submission, of all things. You know you want to. You know you want to. My buttocks are right there. Oh, that's it. You're tapping out. Well, the way AJ Lee's submission works, you have to slap her on the bottom in order to submit, because that's your only available arm, apparently, and who knows, maybe it's a big running joke throughout the Divas, like, who's going to tap this ass tonight? Look, it's going to be Nikki. So, she seems like she might be sassy, I don't know. So, yeah, I predicted that one. So next up, the third last match. They didn't call it a triple main event, did they? I don't think they did. So for the U.S. title, Alexander Rusev was defending against John Cena, and I called for Alexander Rusev to defend, which of course was wrong, because John Cena's the other big star they have pegged to bring those titles up to main event level, and he's now the second or third or something time U.S. champion. He first won at WrestleMania 20, of course, against the Big Show.
Can you dig it, sucker, sucker?
Atlantic Canada's only source for wrestling news radio. You're listening to Ring Rust on CHMR 93.5 FM.
Yes! Yes! Mind-taking! Stick with the kid, baby! I'll make it easy.
Listen up, Junior. You're listening to Atlantic Canada's only source for wrestling news radio. Ring Rust on CHMR 93.5 FM.
Anyway, this is Fabio Mark Gironi. You are listening to Ring Rust on 93.5 CHMR-FM. So we got 2 more matches left. So, The Undertaker beat Bray Wyatt to end his losing streak of, 1-0 or whatever you want to call it. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkGironi. And subscribe to Jarbronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkGironi. So there's 1 match left for WrestleMania. I seem to have done a pretty good job of timing it. The main event, which was originally slated for Brock Lesnar defending his title against Roman Reigns, but then, when both men were knocked loopy, out comes Seth Rollins to cash in his Money in the Bank case to make it a triple threat match. He went ahead and pinned Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3, and he is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.
This is 93.5 CHMR-FM.